how to set up Nginx and Postgres. I've never messed around with either of those until today. So, but if you haven't watched my other videos, I encourage you to do that because almost all of the steps are the same to get the project Laravel set up. But I'll start with what I did in Puffit. I chose the Ubuntu Precise. I named it something else, so Nginx PostgreSQL. Keeping the same IP address, leaving this the same, and then make sure you click on Nginx, and then my server, my virtual host, I named mylaravel.com. And then you're going to point it to the public directory, var www public. And then I set some environmental variables, left it at 5.4, install composer, skip and pair, install an xdebug, and then I clicked Postgres, and then added the root as the root password, and then created my database user account, dadams, and my password with the same database name as my last setup, which is appdb. So I created that, and then I'm going to just do everything in Sublime to make it quicker. I'm not going to set up PHP Storm for this. So I created, so I'm in that root directory. I've named it Nginx PG, and I created a vagrant directory, and I put the files, manifests, and modules directory into that. But I found if you do a vagrant up right now, also since I moved those files, you want to go update your vagrant file to reflect that. But I haven't changed anything else in here. But anyways, if you do a vagrant up right now, Puppet, whatever actually does it, downloads Postgres 9.1, and I wanted 9.2 because I just learned that you could pull data out as JSON objects, which is sounds pretty sweet. So I wanted to try that. So to fix that, to get the latest Postgres, you have to go into your manifests and the default.pp file, and then search for Postgres, and you'll find it here, and yours will look like this. But you need to add this version 9.2 and manage package repo true, and then save that, and then do a vagrant up, and that will install the latest 9.2 Postgres, which has the JSON new stuff in it. So I did the exact same thing. I created a migration to create the users table, and then I updated the config database to point to PG SQL Postgres, and then I updated that, kept it at localhost, appdb, dadams, my password, everything that I set in Puffit. And then, so I created this same route. I copy and pasted it from my last example, users, and I'm just saving a new user, a unique user, every time you visit that route, and then I'm spitting them back at you in JSON format. So yeah, I found Nginx and Postgres to be a lot quicker. The Apache MySQL combo seems to be a little slower. So anyways, if I go visit this, I get a new record. So I got that all set up and working. So now that I have Postgres 9.2, I wanted to be able to, I wanted the same thing as my last video. I wanted to be able to inspect the database outside of Laravel and see what I actually had in it and run queries and all that jazz. And I tried to get it set up with Navicat. I downloaded their 30-day trial to try to set it up with Postgres, but I couldn't get it to work. There's talk of forwarding port 5432, and then you gotta go into Postgres and update some pghba.conf file or something. I tried that. I tried to fiddle around with that, but I could never get it to connect to a GUI. So I'm gonna try to install PHP PG admin, which is like PHP myadmin for MySQL. So it's a web interface. So it'll run in the VM, but I'll still be able to access it through the browser. So I've already done Vagrant up, obviously. I've got all that running, so I'm going to SSH into the VM. And then I want to do a sudo apt get update. And then I want to sudo apt get install php pg admin. Yeah. And hit Y, enter. Okay, now that that is installed, I need to symlink it. So let me reference this. Okay, I've already installed it. And ln-s/user usr share php pg admin space /var www/public, because my virtual host is pointing to public for Laravel, and then php pg admin. Hit enter. That should symlink it, and I should be able to go to the browser and go to php pg admin, and there we go. Also, I did this before with the old version of Postgres 9.1, and I was getting PHP errors because of the all and strict and all of those settings. But if you install 9.2 and the latest PHP PG admin, you shouldn't run into any of that. So if I go to servers and click Postgres and then log in with my credentials I set in Puffit, I can see my appdb. Let's go to public, and then there are my migrations and users table. So let's hit browse, and there we go. So I want to try this real quick. I don't know if it's going to work. Try to use this fancy new JSON stuff. Yeah, I think this is what I want to try. Whoa. I think with QuickTime and My mouse doesn't seem to work when I use QuickTime for whatever reason. This is ridiculous. Okay, let's just select row to JSON. T, I think. Yeah. Oops. From select name, email from users. Maybe? Sweet. There it is. Yeah. So looks like each row is in JSON format, which is pretty cool if you ask me. And there's a bunch of stuff you can do that has to do with JSON with Postgres, the latest Postgres, so I'm excited to check that out. But anyways, I'm glad to have that all working, so hope you learned something. Good luck.